All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and great glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and salutations to the elect pushing this truth to the four corners of the earth in truth and in sincerity. In this particular video, I want to touch on this video that you see on your screen right here. As you can see, in bold letters, it says ground invasion. All right, and it reads, breaking. Ground invasion alert. U.S. preps for massive attack. Right. That's about to go down. And we've been warning you what's going to happen next. The least of the flock is going to what? Draw them out. The least of the flock is Amalek. Amalek is going to draw America out to what? World war. This is pursuant to Jeremiah 50 and 45. And then we're going to grip these other scriptures. Joel 2 and 20. What's going to happen eventually? They're going to get dragged over there in the land that's barren and desolate, and they're going to get slaughtered. And then what's going to happen after that? The draft. It might not happen exactly how I'm saying it. We learn the part, so we prophesy in part. But if I was a betting man, this is how I would think it'd roll out. Then they will make a draft after they fail this ground invasion. Let's not forget, Trump has already put the draft in play, or the automatic selective service. So now you don't have to go down there and sign up for it or anything like that, waste your gas, anything like that. Now they have a system in place to where this automatically signs you up. So now they can just come, just give you that knock on the door. Yeah, you come with us, sir. You've been selected, man. All right, you've been drafted. All right. Why did Trump put that in place? Because he thought it was going to be a quick in and out. But then he figured out that Iran wasn't as weak as they thought. All right, the weak said that they were strong because they started getting up their military might, pursuing the Joel 3, 9, and 10. And they started becoming a nuclear power. And some already speculate they got nukes. All right? So we've been telling you what was going to happen all anyway. So now they're saying a ground invasion. Now, if you haven't known what was going on in the last 13 days, 14 days, the United States has been striking Iran hard as hell. I mean, hard as fuck. Like, to the point where it almost looked like other nations had to get involved. Like, yo, they bombing the shit out of Iran. Iran still holds still. It was like, nah, we don't want to come to the negotiation table, because they were trying to bomb them so they can come to the negotiations table. All right, which Iran has done. They said no all on every time. Why? Because they know it's dead on arrival negotiations. They've been talking for 100+ days. And they already know that the reason that they start bombing each other in the first place is because they can't agree on shit. And and if they do agree on anything, Israel gonna fuck it up anyway. So they're like, nah, we can't trust these devils. Now you have Trump trying to save face and say, hey, well, we try to negotiate with these people. You can't trust them. You can't, he's going hamburger on them, saying that you can't trust them. We're trying to be diplomatic. They're not trying to listen. Da da da. But comes to find out that you're really trying to bring them to the negotiation table because you're running out of munitions. This is why there's going to be a ground invasion, because you're running out of missiles and shit like that, man. Uh-oh. Don't forget, the Shahed drones, they cost like $20,000 to make from Iran. They were shooting them down with $1 million missiles or $100,000 missiles or something like that. So 10 of them was $1 million. So the math wasn't mathing for America. America had some powerful shit, but the math wasn't mathing. And also Iran was holding back. So now they see that America's not the big bad wolf no more. He's not the big bad bully. But what's going to go on is this. This is Joel 2 and 20, and we read, but I will remove far off from you the northern army. That's the North American army, right? North America. And will drive him into a land barren and desolate. That land that is barren and desolate is talking about Saudi Arabia. Barren meaning and desolate meaning without vegetation. That's what it's getting into. And if you look at Saudi Arabia, it's 80% desert. All right? And like toward the coast, that's what you see, that's exactly where United States right now is stationed. If you look toward the coast, you'll see the green. All right? And this proof. It's going to prove it. With its face toward the East Sea, that's the Euphrates into the Persian Gulf. which Iran has a movie called The Battle of the Persian Gulf, where they defeat the United States in the Persian Gulf. And what's happening right now? Battle in the Persian Gulf. All right. And his hinder part toward the utmost sea. His utmost sea is the Red Sea. Landing you what? Smack dab in Saudi Arabia. All right. And what's going to happen when America goes over there, gets stationed over there, and momentum starts to pick up in World War? What's going to happen? And his thing shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he have done great things. It's talking about he's going to get bodied, man. Remind me of Franklin. That movie was like bodies, bodies, bodies. Him, you, her. Hey, it's going to be bodies over there, right? And then guess what's going to happen? The draft. Because they're going to need more bodies, right? So let's get, what's it, 2nd Ezra 16:32. And we're going to hop into the video. The 2nd Ezra 15:33 on down. And we read, the virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The woman shall mourn, having no husbands. The daughter shall mourn, having no helpers. Why, Lord? In the war shall the bridegrooms be destroyed. That's right. They're going to get drafted. They're going to get sent over there in the Middle East and going to get destroyed, man. I believe 2nd Ezra 15 talks about the dead bodies will be up to the camel's hoo, which is the back of the knee. The back of the camel's knee. Right? So, right. So they'll be destroyed in the wars, and their husbands shall perish of the famine. And the ones that don't go, they're going to go outside and get put on somebody else's meal. Plate. All right. But with no further ado, let's get into this. Let's get into this video. Oh, Salak. Turn it up. What the hell is going on? Satan's fucking with the sound. Bear with me. All right, I got it back working. I had to like shut it off and turn it back on or whatever like that. So I got it back, but let's hop into this video.
New developing news coming out in the past couple of hours today, July 26, 2026, as we're hearing that ground invasions might be in preparation. Now, this comes as we've heard that the United States had hit Iran for 13 consecutive nights with attacks. We saw that pause for the first time yesterday. Now, we'd heard that this pause was not the beginning of peace, but rather the United States in preparation for a massive attack, setting up the board strategically like chess for a major hit that would bring the Iranians back to the negotiating table. Well, now there has been reportings coming out today that might be actually the United States running out of munition. I'm going to be sharing with you the latest rumors spreading, and also, like I said, coming out in the past couple of hours, we're hearing a ground offensive might take place with U.S. boot.
It's looking like that's the only way out for America, is a actual ground invasion. They can't go tit for tat. They can't keep bombing them. That costs money, costs materials, man. So hey, as you're seeing, they gotta step it up. But the step up that they're about to do is about to get them into some more shit.
On the ground, troops entering into Iran to seize enriched uranium nuclear materials, as we're hearing that Mojtaba Khamenei, the new supreme leader of Iran, is saying it's time for Iran to get a nuclear weapon, and this war might escalate significantly in the coming days here. I'm going to get you caught up on the latest, but let's go and take a look at the latest headlines so that way you can see it for yourself. Coming out today, July 26, 2026, the U.S. may be preparing for the boots on the ground in Iran. I'm going to be sharing with you the latest video footage. Now, in addition to that, satellite imagery is showing that Iran is rapidly rebuilding its nuclear sites that were hit by the U.S.-Israeli strikes. You'll recall Isfahan, Natanz, Fordow. Those sites we're hearing are being rebuilt, and we're also hearing about Pickaxe Mountain the United States is planning to target as well. Now, this comes as U.S. intel said to find that Mojtaba Khamenei He is far more inclined than his father to seek nukes. And I shared this with you last month when it had first come out. We had heard the IRGC said it is time for them to acquire a nuclear weapon. Thank you for that super chat. End Time Headline says, appreciate you, brother. You are...
And that's the spirit of the Lord. Not, well, I'm going to say like this. That's the spirit that the Lord putting on them. All right? To create those nukes. It says in Jeremiah 50 that everybody that bends the bow, 50 and 14, everybody that bends the bow, which just has nuclear capabilities, is going to shoot their nukes on America. So that's coming very soon. All right? See, they talking that nuke talk now. Ground invade. This is things are speeding up, man. And just so you know, for those of y'all that's thinking and saying that, hey, we could be out of here in another month. No, we can't. They still have to implement the MOTB, the mark of the beast. All right? Now, they can have a false flag terror attack or whatever like that, and then implement it that way, but it's going to be, more than a month. So the MOTB got to be implemented, and then we got some prophecies to go through. Jacob's trouble, and within that's the famine, martial law, civil war, race wars. So we can't be out of here within a month. But, we all close. If I was a betting man, I give it and this is just me talking as a man, I give society basically crumbling about this winter and shit being totally fucked up. We'd possibly be out of this bitch in next year, middle of next year type shit. And that's me just speaking as a man. If it constantly keeps going the trajectory that it's going right now, shit. But anyway, that's pretty much the video. I also want to say the nuclear dust that they keep talking about, that's the nuclear materials, that's the enriched uranium. And yes, the Israelis are worried about that because that's how the weak is saying that they strong. Not just hypersonic missiles and things like that, because other nations got hypersonic missiles now too. They all trying to get their weaponry up that way too. But what's the equalizer, as the elder would say? What's that Denzel Washington? What's that goddammit? That's that nuclear missile. All right? We can bomb each other and trade shots all we want. Go tit for tat. But when one side got those nukes and they done going tit for tat, well, they win. All right? And when both nations have nukes, they call it MAD, mutually assured destruction, which means both ain't no winner. Both sides going to end up destroying each other. All right? So, yeah, they worried about them getting obtaining a nuke. They want to get that enriched uranium. So that's a real thing. Why? Because they know what they do to them, man. And they know that they will use it on them. If Iran was to get a nuclear weapon, then they got to stop all the butt rape, rob, and murder. And then if they don't, then what? Iran's going to use that nuke on them. All right? So, hey, anyway, I'm close to my destination. Hope it was edifying. Hope you can take something from this. Just a brief news update. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.